Hey Fram, how y'all doing?
What's going on?
What's going
Yo, yo, what's
on?
up?
So we're here for our first live. Are y'all excited?
Yes.
Excited.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I can't be looking at the YouTube while I'm talking on the live. So we have to remember that. So it's our first live, and we wanted to kind of just play with this and make sure that we're doing it correctly and invite you all in because Framily Friday lives are coming your way soon, and we're really excited about it. So I'm Quinay. Hey.
Hello, I'm B Cal.
I'm BJ.
All right, and we are here. We're missing two of our family members, but it's cool. We're gonna just do a couple of questions and see if we can get a little chat going on. And so I have this like conversation starter. Have y'all ever heard of conversation starters?
Yes, I love them.
Absolutely. I think they do it at work, for
Yeah.
icebreakers and stuff.
Yeah, and like it makes you think about questions that you never would have thought about. And so this particular conversation starter has like activities and then it has just like basic questions. So I'm gonna do the would you rather question conversation.
Okay.
And I play this with my son, and I'm like, this stuff goes very left, but I'm gonna see. So here we go. The first one is would you rather live 100 years in the future or 100 years in the past? BJ.
Um.
Past the future.
Uh,
Let's start there. Past the future.
yeah.
Do
So
not disturb.
not disturb.
Put it in the notes.
First of all, shout out to Omari for hopping on. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for hopping on with us. I think I would rather live 100 years in the future.
Okay, stop. Be Cal. Future or past?
I'm gonna agree with 100 years in the future.
I agree with both of y'all. The future. I do not want to go back 100 years.
Yeah, I feel like we've already gone back enough. And if it gets worse than this,
Yeah. And would you rather? Oh, go ahead, B Cal.
But no, it really depends. So if I'm going back 100 years, am I going back to? If I'm going back 100 years, am I still keeping the same memory of the present?
That's what I was going. That's what I was going to say. Am I going to have the same mentality that I have
Yeah.
today, 100
No.
years back?
no,
Or am I going to be 100 years with the 100-year mentality?
I would think you're gonna have the 100-year mentality because you're going back to see what I don't. Now that's a good question.
That's where these would you rather's go because it makes me say like, if you taking me back and I'm Quinay of 2023 and you taking Quinay of 2020,
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
I'm dead. I mean, at that point, I'm gone.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work. No.
Either way, take me to the future.
So why? Why do you want to go 100 years in the future?
Because I'm curious. Like I think even now, for me, I'm always curious about what's gonna happen next in the world.
Yeah.
Especially as a millennial, think about we've lived through 9/11. What
Pandemic.
Wait, go back further than that. 2000 was called Y2K or something.
Y2K.
9/11. A pandemic.
Yep.
All of the school shootings.
Yeah.
So we are tired.
We tired.
I'm like, I'm curious to like who's gonna be the president.
Will there be a president?
Will there be a president? What will the world be like?
Will the world be here 100 years in the future? Come on, believers.
I don't know.
Come on.
They already talking about New York had loose bees last month.
Listen.
But then you think about, of course, if I go back 100 years, are you able to warn the people, like you see, I see it in Marvel movies all the time, where they go back and then they're able to change what happens, you know, in the future with a different outcome. So I wonder if I'll be like, okay, we on 9/11, I'm gonna be like, listen, what's gonna happen is you got to stop this.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
telling people what happened. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we go 100 years in the future, would I have a superpower?
What would you want your
Um,
superpower to be?
I would want to be invisible.
I would not want to be invisible. I would want to be able to fly
You want to be able to fly?
quicker. Patty. I want. Why would you want to be invisible? You
Because
you're
like,
sneaky. You want to be sneaky.
because see, I want them people that be talking about you behind your back. I want to just be there and knock their glass over at their dinner table or something.
You.
Yeah.
I heard you. I heard
David
you.
Flowers. Who's David Flowers?
Hey, David. Welcome. We're just on here chatting, just talking. So, David, can you let us know, like, what do you think? We're playing Would You Rather right now, and the question is, would you rather live 100 years in the future, or would you rather live 100 years in the past?
yes, drop it in the
Let
chat,
us know what you
Flowers.
want to do. But superpowers, yeah, I think I will also. I think to your point, though, I think BJ, I would want to read people's minds.
Yeah. Like I need something like that.
Yeah, like that movie, Be Cal, like that movie, my girl Taraji,
Oh yeah,
and
when
Mel
she was like a little
Gibson. What,
girl.
what women want, or what men want?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he said,
Live 100 years in the future. Nobody got time to be slave.
"We'll have time to be no slave. We do not want to be a slave."
But wait, I don't think 100 years ago. I don't think we were slaves 100 years ago. Were we?
Why not?
60.
100 years
So they say
ago.
slavery was 60 years. So before that, then
Oh,
yes,
okay.
there
Yeah.
was. Yeah, it was definitely. Because
But
what was
David,
it?
we was also saying if we go back or forward, will we have today's mentality? So am I gonna go back 100 years with Barney's 2023 or Quinay's 2023 or B Cal's 2023 mentality?
Yeah, you got to think about some of your exes the people that you may have come across, or just
I
those
wouldn't
things.
mind
Like,
saying that. Never mind.
I think for me, I think that when I think about going, if I could change anything in my past, I think it's maybe school.
What?
And
What about school?
as far as I think I would have preferred to go to a HBCU.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I did go to a PWI. Shout out to UWG, University of West Georgia. But I think that I missed out on the Black cultural experience because I did not go to HBCU. So I do agree with that. Oh, if we going on what will we change about our past? That's a deep conversation.
That's a deep question. That is
Well,
a deep
I'm
question.
ready. I'm sitting on ready. Host.
All
Oh,
right.
this is we would you rathering. Wait, let's go to the next would you rather. We're not going super deep. All right. Would you rather always be cold or always be hot?
I hate being hot. I'm sorry. I hate being hot.
I hate being hot
I'm
too.
sitting here. I'm about to sweat in this.
Which further proves we're not going back 100 years.
Right.
We love our central AC.
Well, I'm the opposite. I would rather be hot because I feel like you can cool off. For me, when you're cold, I feel like cold like gets to the bone and you never really warm up.
No,
I don't like being cold.
yeah.
Like my AC is blowing right here now. I got blankets on up under my desk, but I would rather do that.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Let's go to the next one because that one really a good conversation starter. That's like okay, cold and hot. Oh,
sorry, I didn't quite catch.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri. Can we talk about how Omari said I hate to be hot? Okay, so Omari, where are you from? Tell us where you're from, Omari. He's gonna, someone that hates to be hot. Like I, I'd rather be I'd rather be lukewarm.
No, that's how we know you ain't saved all the way.
I'd rather be. Omari's from St. Vincent.
Saint Vincent.
So why? So Omari doesn't like to be hot, but he's from like one of
Mm.
the hottest places. So, but I mean, I guess that's probably why you like to be cool. I get it. Thanks, Omari, for your comment. All right, so here's a pretty serious question. So let's go there. Have you ever experienced or witnessed racism? If
Yes.
so, if so, part two, how did you react and or feel? B Cal. I mean, who answered first? B Cal or BJ? B Cal?
Um, I think from I experienced racism back when I was in fifth grade. I'll never forget it. It was this white boy. His name was John Deere. Get that? And he was like, "You nigger."
Mm,
And so in my head, being that young, you just be like, that's a bad word, but you just don't know how to react. And so in that moment, I didn't know how to react. And he said it like multiple times. And so I went and told the teacher. So then when I got home, I told my mama. Mama said, "What the teacher do?"
mhm.
and, mom, and mom, I said, "Well, she didn't say anything." So the next day, Mama called being principal. Principal Miss Wheat. I never forget. She was such a nice lady, and I hope she's still living today. But
She gone.
she called. Mama called Miss Wheat and said, "My child said he was called a nigger, and the teacher didn't do anything about it." Miss Wheat called that teacher in the office and gave her the business.
Wow.
Gave her the business.
Was
So
was Miss Wheat white or black, or what race was she?
white.
She was white. Okay.
Yes. East Fayette Elementary, Fayetteville, Georgia.
Mm, go figure.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So BJ, first
So
experience.
so the most recent one I would say, um, oh, we lied. Never mind. I can't talk about that one. Let me go back a few more years.
We
So
lied.
I was on a road trip. Yeah, I was on a road trip going to Asheville, North Carolina. And it was off of like the cusp of something that happened in the world during that time. So this may have been like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. But anyway, we had stopped at like a Burger King or a drive-through just to grab some food or whatever. And these guys in this big old truck, oversized wheels, rebel flag on the back of it, basically cut through the drive-through line and almost sideswiped my car. And so like nobody in the car reacted with me, but like they literally pulled over in the truck, jumped out, rifles in the back of the truck, like you effing niggers, like it was a lot, and it could have went left very fast. Like if I would have just responded in any way, that could have just went left very quickly. And in that moment, I was afraid for my life, but I was also grateful that I had the discipline not to respond. After the fact, oh, did I say that? Sorry. After the fact, I was mad and wanted to respond, but I'm like, that could have just went way left very quickly. And that's hard. That's hard to. I understand how people like the high cost of anger, like being angry in that moment, and how you can end up in a bad place very quickly because you just react. You just react, and I could have not been here right now having this conversation if I would have. But yeah, definitely, definitely experienced racism.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and it
Um,
for me it was like the audacity of them thinking that it was okay to do that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something, and it's learned behavior. I feel like racism is learned behavior.
Yes, learned behavior. Yeah. I
What
think
about you?
So I'm like B Cal. I'm gonna go back to my first experience of racism, and surprisingly, it was at Skate Town. I don't know if you all remember Skate Town. I can't remember what city it's in, but it was back in the day. I think I was in like fourth or fifth grade. I had to be like 10 or
I was
11.
still at the daycare. You're much older than us.
I'm not. I'm only 42. Shout out to the 42-year-olds. Do not let anybody bring you down and make you feel bad about your age. Live your life like it's golden. Thank you very much. So, I was at Skate Town, and um I was just, having fun going around the skate and the skating rink, and it was this one young girl, white Caucasian young girl, and she just kept skating close to me. Like it seemed like it was on purpose. Like every time she skated, she kind of either bumped into me or she like sideswiped me or something. So I was like, okay. And I've always kind of had the same personality I have now. So I've
My
always
God.
kind of had that, okay, all right,
Mhm.
okay. So, it wasn't as defined as it is now, but of course I was like, something is up. So whatever friends I was with, I think it was summer camp anyway. So um I went around the skating rink. I remember it like it was yesterday. She tripped me. She was sitting on the side of how you sit on the side of the skating ring with your foot extended out. And her foot was not extended when I was coming around, and she put it out. I fell. And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you trip me up? And she said, shut up, N word. And she spit.
Whew.
And mind you, I am still young. Like today's Cornay would have. I just hope I'm never in that situation. But
I know.
then I was so shocked, and she like skated away, but the counselor saw her do it, and the counselor immediately stepped in. So it wasn't like really time for me to react, but it has stayed with me for a long time. Where that's the one thing that I cringe at if I ever experience someone spitting in my face. It takes me back to when I wasn't able to do something, and I just don't know what I would do, but I just know that that's like the lowest form of disrespect. That and
Mm.
slapping somebody in their face, like that's like the lowest form of disrespect. And I think it stayed with me because it was my first experience, and it takes me to a place even thinking about it, because I just never want to be put in that position, or my children, or any child that I know to experience something like that. Nope.
Mm.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a good question. I don't want to say nothing incriminating yet on here. Yeah. Do y'all have anything to talk about? You wanted me to keep asking a question, or
I like these.
I love these. I
Mhm.
mean, we need to get some more decks of cards, but I mean, I have a whole stack. So okay, let's go to another one. Let me see.
Give
Let
us
me
a
see.
juicy
Oh, here's a good one. Social media. Since we're on YouTube, this is a little plug for the Framily Agenda. I think we have an image or something that can be put up, but I don't know. But um, we are on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube, of course, which we're on live now, and we are on TikTok and Twitter. So, social media can be a great way for both adults and young people to talk about their experiences, since every generation uses social media. As an adult, if you don't use social media, the young people in your life can just answer. So I guess the question is, why is social media so relevant now? Why do you think it's so popular? Is it the expedient response? Is it the fact that you can just get on, talk to somebody immediately? And then I guess a segue to that question is, why is it not a good thing?
Huh?
You want to go first?
Um, I think, well, because I was listening to something the other day. I don't know if it was like another YouTube show or whatever it was, but it was, today's social media, especially, I guess if you wanted to relate it to like the music industry, right? So before, to promote your music, what were they doing? They were going on TV shows, they were going on radio shows, they were going on like these little tours or whatever to promote. Now all they got to do is just social media, go on live. Like you said, it's such a quick response. It's a great marketing tool to promote whatever that you're wanting to promote, right? So I think that with everything, there's always pros and cons to everything. But again, I think social media is just a quicker way to get things out there quickly, instead of just having to uh, make a phone call or put things in the mail, or just the things that we used to do. I guess 20 years ago.
I hate going to the mail post office. Like I am the worst person to mail something. Like the best thing they could have created was Amazon, or like I can mail an edible arrangement with a click of a button without me having
Mhm.
to like go and do that. So
Do y'all use informed delivery with USPS, US Postal Service? So if you're getting something, you see it at, I love that. I think that
yeah,
was such a great enhancement.
yeah,
Um,
that was.
but yeah, I
And I
know I
guess
agree. I agree with you because I think it's like quicken. It's like a microwave. Like instead of having to put it in the oven, I can put it in the air fryer, or I can put it on social media and it's there. Boom. I do think it loses the personal touch though.
mm,
But it's the world we live in, right? And now we're moving into AI. So what is that going to look like in a few more years? So yeah.
Yeah. I think I think social media has taken away our ability to balance. Um
Mm.
to some degree. I think, if we say we literally have to delete the app off of our phone. One of our production managers, Janae, she goes on hiatuses. I think she back on Instagram now, but she goes on these like random hiatuses. But her thing is, let me just delete it
So
so
you're not
it's not
tempted.
distraction. But it really is like I find I don't think I go one day. I don't think I go one minute, maybe a minute. Maybe I don't think I go 1 hour without checking my
Something,
social media
one
or
platform
something.
at least.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So,
so yeah.
I screenshot this and because I saw a few people repost it, and so and we were just talking about this in a group the other day, Quine.
Hmm.
Um, it says y'all put too much pressure on friends. We are all grown now. If a friend can't make it, they can't make it. If you ain't talked to your friend in 2 weeks, that's okay. If they got to sit out your birthday festivities because money funny, that's okay. We grown now, got kids, husbands, boyfriends, wives, girlfriends, careers, whatever. It's just not enough time in a day to give your man, kids, customers, clients, work, friends, siblings, etc. 100% and still be mentally stable. We're at an age now where it's when we see each other, we see each other. When we do, be present and love on each other during that moment. And I screenshot that because I think social media also applies pressure. Like we see people, you don't know if people are in real time posting that they're on the beach or they done screenshot a beach, they hoping they there, but it for whatever reason it gives people anxiety and feels like, oh, they traveling all the time. I need to
Yeah.
figure out what they're doing. It's that keep up with the Joneses type mentality, and it plays on people's mental health. And it's,
Yeah.
it's fair, but you have to figure out a way to control, like protect your own peace.
But it is fair because I think we had, I don't know if we're talking about the same conversation, but I recently just had a conversation. I mean, it was a joking conversation, but it was honest,
It was
where
honest. Yeah.
you say, "Oh, this friend is hanging with this friend." And you cannot be upset because you
Right.
were not a part of that. Now,
Right.
granted, we didn't all joked around like, oh, for real, we've done
Right,
that
right,
before.
right.
But really, there are some people that jokingly are serious,
Are serious.
and they really are offended, or they really
Mhm.
are upset because they weren't invited or they weren't a part. And it's like, I look at it sometimes like, thank you, Jesus, I wasn't invited, because
Me too.
I need to lay down, or I don't want to be out late, or
Or I'm done with. I gave you my last $25
or I ain't
because
got no
the birthday's are
money. Right.
hit.
Like, I don't have any money in my pocket. So it's like, no. And like Marcus, hey husband. My husband just said, mind the business that pays you. Like,
Exactly.
it's okay. And the thing is that it segues into those friend groups. Like, we've talked about this several times in the family. Like, is it okay for you to have other friends? Yes. Have
Yes.
other friends. If you are struggling with the fact that your friend has another friend circle that you're not necessarily a part of, I am here to tell you to get over it.
Right.
I'm literally telling, like, right
Let
now,
go,
because what
beloved.
you're doing, you're carrying that baggage and you're going down with it. And like,
Mhm.
your mindset, like you said, your mental health is at stake because you're worried about what that friend group is doing instead of doing something that makes you happy. You could be
Mhm.
go to the movies by yourself, go eat
Right.
by yourself, go have that moment to yourself. If just to find out who you are, because if who you are is attached to that friend or that friend circle, then that's a problem.
But the
That's just
gag for
not.
me be like, but you got 1,000 other friend groups, and
But
you
you
mad
got
because you
friends. But
right.
you mad about me hanging out with this friend. And there are friends. Let's my wife another story. Wait, you got to give us some reference to that. What you mean? My wife another story.
Ooh.
Give us some reference to that, Omari. And just FYI, Omari is a part of our production team. He's the husband of one of our production members.
Listen,
FYI.
you want that dinner
No, I
tonight, don't
think I think
Oh,
what he
going
was
out.
I think what he was saying because
He be left out. Oh, she be leaving you out, Omari. Well, y'all listen. Let me tell y'all something about these husbands.
no, I think
Let me tell you how something about these
you?
husbands.
Because
But no, so go ahead,
I think
Mikal.
no, I think he was responding to because he was saying that his social media is not high at all, and so but Janae's is
oh, mm,
Got
so
got
mm.
you
you.
know
I think
extrovert
that's the case.
introvert.
Yeah, and I think that's the case with no, it's not the case with my marriage. My husband is very much an extrovert.
Yeah.
But he also has moments where he doesn't want to go out. Like, he literally will be happy. Watch it. But no, he's definitely a social butterfly. Like, probably more so than I am. But I am also an extrovert. Like, if I'm out, I'm out. But I'll sometimes pick my bed over going out. And my friends know that. Like, they know, oh, when they not going to, like, I legit am not going to the club. Like, it has to be a special occasion for me to go to the club. And then even if I'm there, I'm like sitting there, like, I might turn up just a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, all
Right.
right, it's time to
I
go.
think I'm the same way when that well I won't say I'm an introvert extrovert, and the reason why I say this is because especially if I'm around a group of people, and just for an example, recently me and some friends went to New Orleans and we were hanging out all, like we were going place to place to place to place. At some point I have to retreat so I can, like Amari was saying, I need time to kind of like get that meter back up because my social meter can go down. There may be times where I may be at your house, Barney, and I may just go off into the other room so I can just be like, and then I can go rejoin.
And
Right.
there's nothing wrong
And
with you. You're
Yeah.
fine.
yeah,
There's
And
nothing wrong with
I
you.
know that about him too, so it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like, it's
yeah,
literally don't bother. But you do need to add to the rest of this story though, because
You don't have to tell all your business, We
See,
understand.
that's the problem with social media, and that's what I was going to say too. is that sometimes you have to watch what you post, because once you post, it's out there forever. You can post and delete it all you want to. But at the end of the day, because somebody can screen capture that, you see it on the Shade Room every day.
Yeah.
Post and delete. Once you post something, it's out there. I don't care if you delete it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but to your point, Cal, your friends should understand who you are. Like they should already know who you are. Like I know my friends' personalities. They know my personality. So they already know what you will do, what you won't do, what you like and what you don't like. And there should be no like dissension between friends that are truly friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't get mad. You should always be able to come back. And if you are mad and if you do have an issue, you should be able to vocalize it and talk about it.
That's another conversation.
Yeah. Like I don't
Next
like
question, Andy.
okay. That's oh, so but we getting our topics though. I hope our production is writing this stuff down
Right.
that can take over.
One with the bed.
Okay.
Production is the whole team now.
Twan over there eating.
Please eat, y'all. Just so you all know, everybody, this is, let me just bring it back a little bit. So we are really and truly testing out our live capabilities. We'll be starting Framily Fridays soon, and we kind of want to just test it out, see what see if anybody is joining. Right now it looks like we have about 7 or 8 people on, and thank you all so much for joining and engaging. But whenever you hear us say production, or you actually hear us say names, our production team, we just want to give them a shout out. Janae, Twan, and Keon are behind the scenes kind of telling us what to do and trying to figure things out. So we're kind of just talking to see how we can engage and what we need to do on the front end. So we're asking questions. We're doing this conversation starter pack, asking questions. I know you're like, wait a minute, I thought the family was 5 people. It's only 3 people on the screen. We're missing Nelly J and we're missing Auntie Tay. Hopefully they'll come in before we go off.
Auntie Tay just sent a message.
So okay. So yeah. Okay. So I'm looking for another question. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. I don't like that one. Let me see. Friendship. We're gonna talk about friendship.
Oh, do something else.
Okay, let's do something else. Okay. Get somebody else to do it. Okay. So topics are friendship, support system, emotions, anxiety, what else? Let's see. Feelings card. It's a feelings one. Activity. We can do activity. Let's try activity. Never mind. Okay, here we go. Let's do a would you rather. Would you rather have more money or have more time? And there is no context. There is no context. Okay, DJ, we see DJ. She said, let's talk about anxiety. So we'll do that next. But would you rather have more time or more money? So there's no context to that. So time in the sense of life or day or years, you can figure that out.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's honestly a tough question. Because again, I can have all the money in the world and I can, God forbid, die tomorrow. But I think time is something that we always say that we can't get back.
Right.
And I think that, everybody wants more money. Like, I've heard, I can never have enough zeros in my bank account. And I can I can pay for this trip to Turks and Caicos. but when it comes to
What?
but,
Ooh,
but again, I think honestly time. I think I probably want more time because you just never know how long that you have with somebody. So I would say I would say time. My answer is time.
So
But
for
how much time though? Like, you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
want to be at 200 years old.
Yeah, by myself.
Do I age?
Everybody gone. I'm still just here because I don't ask for it. No,
Yeah.
and I reference this often nowadays. Like Jennifer Lewis, is that right? Jennifer Lewis. She talked about not wasting the rest of her summers because she doesn't know how many summers she has left.
Mhm.
And I get it, and I also get wanting more time. But I'm like, Quinay, I don't want to be 200 years old. Like, if I get more time, I don't know when that extra time starts. Like, we all know we got a
Damn.
date that we can't change.
Make the
You know what I'm
rule. Make the
saying?
rule. What is the rule?
So
Time
if I
starts now.
so you're saying basically if I knew that I was gonna die Friday and I asked for more time.
That's the only reason I would want more time. If I was
Correct.
going to,
For me.
if I was dying, or like I knew somebody's gonna kill me, or whatever the case may be, I would want more time.
But
I'm,
can we
but not,
add disclaimers to that though? Because if I'm gonna have more time, I want more time and I want to be healthy. Like I don't want
yeah,
more
yeah,
time.
yeah. Like
Okay.
Jeannie, whoever this rather person is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the stipulations to this more time?
Correct.
This the business side right here.
Right. Yeah.
What does the contract say?
What does it say? What the small print say?
What does the
Because I don't
fine
want to
print
be
say?
like I don't want to be dependent on somebody else with more time. I don't.
Yeah, I'm with you, DJ. DJ said, "Give me more money." I think I would definitely want more money. I would promise the Lord above that I would choose wisely with my spending
Mm.
and make sure that um, production said production said we need to come on. Um, I think I would be, better with my spending habits. I would make sure I do that. But I think there is no limit sometimes, and I'm trying to stray away from saying making it sound like I'm being greedy. But I think you can do more with money. You can sow. You can invest. I mean, it's just so much that you can do. And like you said, there's no rule to this. It's no fine print, so we don't know how much more money or will it be cut off at some point. But yeah, that time thing, I think I would want more money.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So DJ said she wanted production. Do we have 15 minutes? Um, Twan.
So I said five. Not five.
Okay, so we're gonna hit this anxiety one. Y'all, we have 40 comments. That's amazing. On this live. Okay, so anxiety. Let me see it. Let me find a good one. Okay. All right, let's do the most basic one. What makes you feel anxious? And do you have any idea why that may cause your anxiety? So let me preface this. Anxiety is worry, right? That's the short definition of anxiety. Anxiety is to worry about something. Um, so what are things that worry you? And I mean, I think anxiety, the word anxiety has come because there is a over anxiousness to a person, right? Of course we all may worry about things. Like I worry about my children daily, but it doesn't stop me or inhibit me from living my daily life or doing things. I just worry about them. I want to make sure that they're okay.
Mhm.
um but there are some people that are anxious to the point of fear, to the point where they have to take medication, or they have to pause and gather themselves. So I think anxiety and anxiousness to that degree is what this is speaking of. Um, but there may be something that may not be as heavy as that. So let's talk about the levels of anxiety, and then what are those triggers for you. And feel free, those of you that are on the live, feel free to chime in, if you want to kind of speak to anxiety and how that feels for you. So BJ, you look like you got something to say.
I do. I was gonna let B Cal go first this time since
You can go.
You can go. You can go. Can
oh,
we can we make his page a little bit solo? Can we solo him? Oh, there we go. Thank you,
so
production.
I know. Shout out to the team. So what makes me anxious is the unknown of like the older I get, I have friends and like classmates now who have lost parents and like very close people. And so like between that age of like 38 to like 41, 42, it feels like that's happening more like with my classmates. And so not that I'm like it just makes me wonder. I often wonder like when and if that's gonna happen for me, and am I prepared emotionally for it, if that makes sense. It's like the control side of me, I guess, just wanting to kind of know. So I guess I'm saying the unknown gives me anxiety sometimes.
I think I agree with that. I think I don't get anxious about it. I don't worry about it. I honestly I don't know.
And let me say this, not just death. I think I probably went led that way, but not just death, but like knowing that my parents, like my mom, my godmother, they're gonna be okay. You like what kind of assistance would they need? Am I in a financial place to make sure that they're okay? Like what should I be doing? Like sometimes I go down that rabbit hole
Yeah.
because I feel the need to be prepared, but I don't always know what preparation even looks or feels like.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be. I don't want that whole GoFundMe. Like I just want to be. I want them to be taken care of. So sometimes that does make me anxious.
I think if you talk about it in that degree, that controlling nature, or being in control of life things or life happenings, I think that's me. I like to know what my next is,
Mhm.
and sometimes to a fault. Like I'm like, what's coming next? What do I have to prepare for? What do these kids need? What does my husband need? Let me plan. I mean, I am a planner by nature, and I try my best to make sure that everything is in order, not just for me but for others. And sometimes that the worry of if every single thing that I'm attached to is good sometimes gets me worried. And I literally had to
Mm.
have to step back to a certain degree where I had to say, okay, Cornay, you cannot take on everyone's situation
Mhm.
and make it your own. Kind of step back a little bit, help, because I love to help others um figure out what they want to do. I feel like a part of my purpose, and that's another question,
Mhm.
that's something that goes
Mhm.
deeper, but I truly feel like God has gifted me with assisting others to a degree with reaching their purpose. I really do. And with that comes somewhat of a heavy load because I've helped you, but I'm also invested now. And so I have to learn how to detach myself. But
Hey
Nelly J has
y'all.
joined
Welcome.
us. Hey
Hey.
girl. Hey
Hey.
friend.
Excuse my tardiness
You
due to
okay, girl?
call. Yeah. But you know what? Even with being anxious and dealing with anxiety and all of that, I do find like little joys in being, in with the worry. I know Cornay, you were saying you were carrying when it comes to wondering if the kids are okay and making sure that your husband has what he needs. I definitely find joy in knowing that I have some type of plan. I feel like that kind of eases my anxiety a lot when I know, okay, all I have to do is tackle X, Y, and Z. And I try to just bite off, not to bite off more than I can chew.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's huge. Like investing yourself by helping others, because I think everybody on this call, seriously and truly, be Cal is at a phone call away to help with whatever. He's helped me a lot with things. I know he's helped BJ as his best friend,
Mhm.
Carmen. I mean, I've called on all of you all, and vice versa. Like, BJ knows, hey sis, I got this going on. Can I count you in? We lean
Mhm.
on each other.
Yeah.
But sometimes we have said before, I just have too much right now. Can I just help you on day of?
Hmm.
I
Right.
might not be able to help you as we go into it, but on day
Yeah.
of, count me in,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and it's okay to do that. And it takes us back to the previous conversation. You can't be mad,
You
friend.
can't.
If
Yeah.
I have something going on, understand and
Healthy
hear me out.
boundaries. Hmm.
Absolutely.
Healthy boundaries.
Healthy boundaries.
Yeah. So I think I really want to get Auntie Tay in here soon. Before we get out of here, but I know BJ gonna leave us with a quote or something. But let me take a moment just to say thank you again to those of you that have joined this live. We've had 46 minutes of conversation, just answering and asking questions from this conversation starter kit. And just kind of chatting. We're testing out our new platform. We'll be going live soon, for the Framily Fridays.
Yes.
And we won't just be on YouTube, we'll also be on Facebook. And I know that number is going to go up even higher when we go on Facebook. So we're really excited about that. But we're going to bring Auntie Tay in soon. I think production is trying to get her straight. But while you're at it, go on and follow us. Those of you that are on this live, follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us. We're on all of them, and we want you to tap in. So I think I saw Auntie Tay. Auntie Tay is in
Yes.
the
Yes.
building. Hey, Auntie Tay. So look, we've talked about a lot. Auntie Tay, where you been, girl?
You on mute, sweetie.
Yeah,
You
you
on mute,
Auntie Tay.
Auntie
Oh,
Tay.
mute.
Oh, Auntie Tay, it's been chilling. You don't even want to know, but I'm here
No,
now.
we don't.
We want to
But
know
I
it.
want to come in on that the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I want to say that sometimes we have anxiety unnecessarily because you have to tell yourself, I am that I am, and who I am is enough. And no matter what the situation is, I've been practicing that for myself because, as you all know, I've been trying to find a job and my anxiety has been up since I haven't interviewed in years. But I've been telling myself, I'm qualified. I have to speak those affirmations like I always talk about to myself and knowing that you are enough. So
Yeah.
when your anxiety kick up, that is one thing I've been practicing, like telling myself that I'm enough.
Yeah.
mm,
I think
Mhm.
affirmations are key, and we don't really lean on those enough. Like talking to ourselves, and doing whatever that may be. If it's a post-it note, I always talk about post-it notes because I do post-it notes. And just writing down in our journal. We talked about
Oh, what
talked
happened?
about that on our mental health
Let me see. Do I need
episode.
to get
Go
on
back and look
Wi-Fi?
at it. Y'all can go back and look at it. But on our mental health episode, we talked about journaling, and we made mention of BJ's book, which is a daily motivational journal. But also we talked about we don't have images yet, y'all, but soon we gonna have this thing right where we can pop in images and everything. Look at them. Look. Breakfast with Barney. But yeah, you can get that book and you can start journaling, or you can get an empty notebook and start writing
Mhm.
things down. Or like Auntie Tay said, just get in the mirror and just say, I am enough. I am great. I am wonderful. I am who I am. And
I
if you
have
don't
sticky
love it,
notes.
just do it. Yeah.
Hmm. Sticky notes all on my mirror.
I got them all on I took my calendar down, but I have them on my calendar, and I'll just be doing work, and I'll just write a prayer, or write something
Mhm.
down. and make sure and see if it manifests, even if it's a goal or if it's a desire. Sometimes it's not necessarily an affirmation, but it's a goal that you want to write down. And I tend to date things. I'll tell this quick story and then we'll end. I really was struggling, and I'm very transparent. I'm very transparent about a lot of things, but I was struggling with having a child, and I went in my Bible, and we have Maya. I have a daughter, Maya, and we were trying to conceive for almost 3 years. And I was told that I could not have a child, but I wrote in my Bible her name. I dated it, put it out, put it off somewhere, and then I wrote another post-it in another scripture, and I wrote, Maya will be smart. She will be energetic. She will be this. She will be that. Lord knows
All of those things.
all of
Manifested.
those things
And
came
then
true.
some.
And then some. But that was 3 years prior to us even conceiving. And so sometimes we don't even know when those goals will happen. But write them down and believe that they will, and start working towards those goals and working towards those desires and things that you want. And I'm a firm believer and a testament to that it can happen. So with that being said, this was fun, Fram.
It was. It was.
I enjoyed it, and it was easy. It was easy talking, and I'm glad that all five of us are here. And so we're gonna end with the motivational quote, and I'm gonna give you all a few announcements. You know what? Let me do this. Let me do the announcements now. So, Family Fridays are coming. Family Fridays are
Woo,
coming.
woo, woo. Look
And
at
the
the
first
emotion.
Family Friday, you are the first to know. All five people that's on this live right now. The next Family Friday, or the first Family Friday, will be Friday, July 21st at 8 o'clock p.m. We are going to go live. Look out for all of the flyers and announcements about Family Fridays. We were very excited about them, and we want you all to tap in. And so, leave your comments, leave your chats, go follow us, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And so we're gonna end this live with a motivational quote from our motivator himself, BJ. What you got?
So I thought I had one, but then when Auntie Tay came in, it kind of shifted my thought process. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not really sure which one to go with now. But the affirmations kind of, I think that's a good segue. So this one is be yourself. Everyone is taken. Embrace your unique qualities and let your authenticity shine because there's no one, and I mean no one like you in this world. Waiting is too close to death.
Mm,
Mm,
That's
I like.
good.
I just
I
like the
like.
beginning. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be
Everybody else
yourself.
is taken.
Everybody else is taken.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Well, listen, y'all. This has been the Framily Agenda Test Live, and thank you all for chiming in. Those of you that commented, just don't forget, please share this on your pages and let people know that the family is back and we are here and we are going live. So thank y'all. We love you all. Family over and